This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.
It's Tuesday, May the 26th, 2015, and this is your Barbados Today morning news update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. We begin with news that police say they have a person of interest for questioning in connection with yesterday's shooting incident which occurred during the Christ Church Carnival. Without providing any further details regarding this person, Police Public Relations Officer Acting Assistant Superintendent David Welch told Barbados Today 2 men were injured as a result of the shooting, which took place just after 2 p.m. while the revelers were en route at the junction between Durance and Lodge Hill in Christ Church. ASP Welch declined to disclose their names, but said one was a 27-year-old who sustained an injury to his right shin and a 17-year-old who was shot in his torso. Both were taken to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital by ambulance, but their condition could not be ascertained up to last night. Welch reported that there were also a number of other scuffles during the carnival, which police managed to nip in the bud. Concerns over the small number of furniture manufacturers who display their products at this year's BMEX, which ended last night at the Lloyd Erskine Sandyford Center. One prominent business official not happy with the representation was Chief Executive Officer of the Barbados Agricultural Society, James Paul.
Didn't observe a lot. There's a lot of more furniture persons, and that is where I think that probably we need to work in future years in terms of trying to bring out more of the furniture makers into BMEX, and that is something that's very interesting, because you see a lot of our furniture makers are very skilled. And I think that we want to see that kind of skill coming out a lot more than we're seeing it this year. And
director of the furniture boutique, Christopher John, said he was shocked at the dearth of counterpart manufacturers, and the first-timer is calling for this to change for next year's BMEX.
We looked around here, we only saw 2 other companies producing furniture, and they didn't really put out a lot of furniture. We, however, have put out 3 kitchens here and thought that it was going to be beneficial for us to showcase as much as possible. So I was a little bit surprised to see that, and I hope that that changes in the years to come, because we don't mind the competition. We know what our product is, and we specialize in kitchens, but we also do full furniture, and we wouldn't mind seeing the other furniture companies come out and showcase their furniture. So, you know, competition breeds for us to get better all the time. So we would like to see that in the future going forward. We, of course, will be back in BMEX next year and looking forward to it.
Meanwhile, the top executive of a microfinance institution whose company took part in BMEX this year for the first time was upbeat about the public's response to its products. An operations manager of Axel Finance, Davidson Ishmael, can't wait for next year's expo.
This is our first time at BMEX, and it has been a wonderful experience for us. We had the opportunity to interact not only with employed persons, but also the self-employed exhibitors who surround us. So we were able to interact with a lot of the small business and the small manufacturers who are here at the expo. And the general public, the response has been overwhelming. Persons are very excited to engage with us and to learn more about our products and our services. And we have a lot of following up to do now to be able to serve the public of Barbados.
The Guyanese community in Barbados is today celebrating their country's 49th anniversary of independence and its strong ties with this island. While the Prime Minister Francis Stewart is in Georgetown to attend the swearing-in of that CARICOM neighbor's 8th Executive President, David Granger, the Consul General to Bridgetown, Michael Brotherson, has been lauding the relations between the 2 nations. Speaking at an Independence Church service, Brotherson noted one of the similarities between Barbados and Guyana is that they achieved nationhood in the same year.
As we celebrate our country's independence in Barbados at this juncture, it is also opportune for us to recognize the strong, cordial, and mutually beneficial relations that exist between our 2 countries. This relationship dates back nearly 50 years, and this year, Both countries will be celebrating their respective 49th independence anniversaries. Guyana and Barbados are founding members of the Caribbean Community of Nations, and over the decades, both countries, the records will show, have publicly demonstrated their commitment to the ideals and principles of regional integration. Over the years, Guyana and Barbados have maintained and nurtured their bilateral relationship. And today, that cooperation is as meaningful as ever.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter, that's the move for me. Stability, prosperity, we're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
Welcome back with news from the region now. President David Granger, meanwhile, is expected to pardon at least 60 prisoners when Guyana celebrates its 49th anniversary of political independence from Britain today. Granger, who was elected head of state in the May 11th general election, said that the pardon will be for prisoners between the ages of 18 and 25. Granger said he believes that young people should be in school, not in jail, and he had asked that emphasis be placed on young persons and for petty non-violent offenses and sentences of short duration. However, he insisted that people who have been convicted for crimes of violence will not be eligible for consideration for amnesties. There has been widespread criticism of the decision by former President Donald Ramotar to pardon a convicted child killer before he left office. Further afield now, record-setting rains left officials in Texas and Oklahoma scrambling to assess the scope of the damage and the destruction yesterday, as an emergency coordinator told reporters that a dozen people were missing in one county. The 12 people missing in Hayes County, Texas, come from families who had gathered for the long weekend. More in this CNN report.
The torrential rainstorm jolted this usually sleepy river in this sleepy central Texas town in the middle of the night. For thousands of residents along the Blanco River, it was a night of terror.
Oh my God! Stop, stop, stop! No, he needs to get out!
One person was killed here in central Texas and nearly 400 homes were washed away. The floodwaters cut a winding, destructive path through the town of Wimberley and San Marcos, Texas. 12 people are believed to be missing. They were part of a family gathering for Memorial Day weekend at a river house. Search and rescue teams are pushing through the debris along the riverbanks, looking for the families, which also include small children.
And finally, here's something to think about. It's one of those emotionally riveting stories that tug at your heart. The tearful reuniting of a mother and son 41 years after he was stolen from her as a baby in his native Chile.
A hug kept on hold for more than 41 years. This mother and son are seeing each other for the first time. He has tears of joy.
How do you feel? I don't know. It's crazy. I never thought this would happen.
She can barely talk. I'm going to hug him every day, she says. I love him so much. Travis Tolliver says he always knew he was adopted. What the 41-year-old didn't know, he says, was that he was stolen as a baby in his native Chile, only hours after he was born in the South American country.
I was wanted, you know. I wasn't given up willingly like, you know, I thought for all these years.
And on that note, we end our Barbados Today morning news update. However, you can join us again this afternoon. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper and email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune into Channel 101 on Lime TV and to Mix 96.9 FM. to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.
This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? #sexy.